Good morning, YouTube viewers. This is Big Bill coming to you live from Catastrophe Railroad, a.k.a. South Brooklyn Railroad. Actually coming to you from the warm confines of my dining room and having a cup of coffee in my Mets mug. Well, today is Thursday, January 8th, and it's a cold 11 degrees in New York City. I know in some parts of the country it's like below minus something. Ugh. Terrible, but we'll get through it. It's hobby weathering time, as they say. You got the hunting season, got the fishing season, you got hobby weathering season. So today's video, the last couple of videos I did were pretty. They were pretty out there, right? You know, I'm like this kid in the candy shop. You know, the layout's coming together, things are starting to progress, and it's coming all together. So this is my first time in front of the camera since we started construction of the layout. Well, there's two things I want to cover today, and two really big shout outs. Number one, I want to give a big shout out to Darren Brady. Very good friend of mine. I've known him for over 25 years. Coached baseball with him, managed baseball with him. Was part of his league at West Shore Little League in Staten Island here. Went through a lot of things together with him. Emotionally, spiritually, he's just a good buddy. He's the bestest. He's my bestest pal in the whole wide world. And without his knowledge and without his, insight, I don't think this would come to where we are today. Where we are right now in a couple of days since he's, started on it. He's a very intelligent man, knows what he wants to do, knows how to do it, and he implements it. And we had a couple of tricky situations in that room in regards to the wall that had cinder block on it and the peninsula. And his expertise and his experience came through big time. And so I want to give a big thank you to Darren, because without him, this is what happens when you don't know how to use a chop saw. But don't worry about it. It didn't hurt, and I really don't need that finger. I don't point anymore. I use this other hand to point. But that's no here, no there. Anyway, in order for Darren to do what Darren does, the second shout-out goes to Bill, the track planner. Now, many of you guys have heard of him. He's done for Derek and Eric and a couple of other guys and myself. Well, his track plan is absolutely is beautiful. If you're thinking about if you're in the process, you don't have a layout yet, and you want to do a layout, or you want to revise the layout you have, or you want to add to the layout you have, I would suggest that you reach out to this guy, Bill. Now, Bill, since this January 1st, has opened business. He opened the door for business. He's now charging, for it, but it's within reason. I have to tell you this, guys. It's in reason. This is the layout I got. Now, this isn't the first. This is the third revision. When you go and contact Bill, he sends you to his website, and I'll give it to you right now. It's www.thetrackplanner.com. When you go there, read the whole thing down. It has the pricing list underneath. It's a very detailed instruction. He asks a lot of questions such as prototype. What are you going to be running? Freight, passenger? Is it point-to-point, continuous? What do you want in it? What gauge? NHOOS. And he's a very knowledgeable man. And it's just not, the thing I like about Bill is it's just not, he gives you the plan, you give him the money, out the door, that's it. You don't hear from him anymore. You can't get in touch with the guy. It's not true. He's like when you go to your favorite hobby shop. You buy that $5 piece of item, which I don't know what is $5 anymore in a hobby shop, but you go to your model railroading shop, you buy a $5 item, but the guy gives you $5,000 worth of information, and you get to talk to him and exchange ideas. Well, that's the same way Bill is in this situation with the thing. Once you sign on, and yeah, you do pay him. That's, there's nothing wrong with having a business, but he doesn't leave you in the lurch. You know what I mean? He's with you step by step by step. If you have a question, give him a call, email, whatever. On this thing, on my layout, originally it was planned. Where's the door? Originally it was a drop out, lift out here, and a lift out in here, and he was made it a continuous run because that's what I said I wanted. But after reviewing it, I realized that I didn't want to have anything blocking the closet nor blocking the doorway. So I opted to go with a point to point. Actually, he suggested if I minded a point to point, and I said no, I wouldn't. So, I had it upside down. Oh my goodness gracious. See, that's why I'm not building the layout, gentlemen. That's why I'm not building the layout. My friend Darren is. Anyway, there's the entrance to the room, and you walk around. But like I said earlier, he wanted a lift out here, and a lift out here, and a staging yard in the back. I wasn't happy. He suggested a point-to-point, which we did. And then once the point, he came up with the second design, and this was the design we went with. The third design was just that he included the closet abutments, the framework, and he added a few more buildings and a few more, structures to it. But there's been 3 revisions and a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails. And in the process of building this layout, in the process of physically building it, there were some questions that Darren had that we communicated to him, and he was more than willing to work with us and give us his insights and tell us what to do. Issue came up about the 36-inch. One of my subscribers suggested it go a little higher. I wasn't too sure how that was going to work. Contacted Bill. Bill assured me it could be done, and he walked me through the process of how to put 7.5-inch rises up and the whole thing. So, again, if you're thinking about revising, if you're starting a new layout, if you just want to find out if it's possible and you have something, check out his website. It's www.thetrackplanner.com. I'm telling you, it'd be worth your while. And think of it this way. When you look at the price, I think it's $125 to start up, depending on what. But you got to go to the website and read it. But think of it this way. Guys, we spend like over $300 on engines. Forget about brass. Brass is off the charts, and brass steam and whatever. But you spend $279, $200 minimum on an engine for sound, decoders, the whole 9 yards. We upgrade our digital track, we upgrade our NCE, we get more toys, and the whole thing. So why wouldn't we want a layout that complements the rolling stock that we have? I mean, I know we're all on a tight budget. I know we all have a limited amount of cash, but this is the best bang for your dollar right here if you decide to go for it. Anyway, that's it. My shout outs to Darren Brady. Again, Darren, thank you so very, very much for this. I owe you big time, buddy. Dinner on me, whatever else you need, bro. It's all yours. You know that from the giddy up. And Bill, thanks again for a great track plan. It really works, and I'm telling you guys, this is the bomb. For me, it's the bomb. Just alone, here is the power plant, and here's the Genco oil and coal refinery. If one of you guys were to travel to my house, and once this is up and running, just here alone is 3 hours of working time. Right? We didn't even get up here or into the rest of this. So thank you, Bill, for that. Thank you guys out in the community for your support, for your encouragement, and what else? This is the longest video I've made. This is coming up on 10 minutes, so I'm going to skedaddle out of here because it's cold. My coffee's getting cold. I hate cold coffee, so I got to make a new one. So thanks again to Darren and Bill, and again, guys, hang in there. It's not going to be cold forever, and I'll see you guys on the radio. Take care. God bless.